this is stuff that I've been doing with a handful of fighters in the past, particularly Peter Yan.
Yep.
So I've basically been testing these systems on guys like that and other professional fighters. And this is something that I'm going to be implementing into Tiger to give people the education.
Are they accepting it, or are they hesitant? Is it easy to get them on board? Because again, it's a whole other dimension to your life when you introduce this tracking. I mean, you have to be very disciplined. You could do it for, again, a couple days, but by the third day, you could just give up. Did you find that these fighters or the people that you're educating with this new information, that they're taking it on quite easily, or are they more hesitant?
Yeah, great question. Everyone's different. At the end of the day, like, it's my job as a coach to find a way to effectively communicate this stuff. So every single person's going to be different. And man, I'll tell you, like, what was a game changer for someone like Peter Yan, like when he was training when he was in fight camp before he fought Jose Aldo for the UFC Bantamweight Championship. Like, you know, he was training through quarantine with a small select number of people, myself included. Once the gym reopened again, you know, I was already taking his blood pressure, his HRV before each training session. And the cool thing was, I remember one time in particular, he'd been training really hard for like 4 or 5 weeks. We'd gotten back into the gym. We'd only been back in the gym for like 2 weeks or something. And I could see his HRV was trending down. And I trained him on Thursday, and I was like, next week, he speaks Russian. Yeah. I speak English. So, you know, it's difficult to communicate at times. So I had to really slow it down. I was like, next week.
Like a deload week.
I was like, next week, deload.
Yeah.
Yep. No strength and conditioning, no MMA. You choose one session per day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, hard. Tuesday, Thursday, recover, massage, sauna, ice bath, blah, 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 blah.
But they're fighters. They're not going to listen to that.
Dude, I saw him. Saw him running Big Buddha on the weekend, right? But then come Monday, Tuesday, the next week, he was fucked, mate. He was in bed.
Right? Because your immune system's jeopardized.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly right. So he'd pushed so hard into a sympathetic state, right? Like, stress is important. We need stress for survival, right? But we need to optimize stress. We don't need to reduce it. Sometimes you need to reduce it, but you know, we don't need to completely cut it out. Like, it's essential for adaptation, but we need to optimize it. And he'd pushed so far into a sympathetic state that, and I could see that with his data because it was telling me, and I was also connecting that data with how he was performing, how he was moving. You know, I go through some balance-based work, stability-based work, single leg, single arm work, taking the joints through multiple positions, etc. And, you know, that the state of his nervous system when it's under stress, it's like, movement's not a priority for me. You know, I need to recover. So it's going to start shutting different things down, starting to prioritize these different systems. So I could tell, man, it's like his balance is normally awesome. You know, coordination, timing, accuracy is normally awesome. And then, you know, I'm going through these drills, these assessments, and I can see these all over the place. But I've also just taken his data and seen that his heart rate variability is trending down. I can see he's under massive stress.
The biggest, the most difficult piece of the puzzle is expressing this data to the fighters, but actually getting them not to train. Maybe this is off the top of my head, but I think that involves a conversation with the wife and saying, "Hey,
dude,
don't let him out."
That was the point that I was getting to, right? It's like, you know, I'd been telling him this information for, you know, months leading up to it. And, you know, he ignored me. And I said to him, I was like, if you train next week, train hard, you'll get sick. He got sick, and he comes back the next week, man. He goes, "Coach, I'm sorry, I listened to you now."
For full episodes, visit our YouTube channel, Fruiting Body Podcast.